A new Tampa Bay Business Journal hits newsstands today, and editor Alexis Muellner is here to talk about some of the week's big stories. Good morning and happy Friday to you.
Hi, Dia.
Always good to see you.
And you.
Got an interesting story today. The city of St. Pete is doing some long-range planning. They're just making sure they're covered just in case the Rays decide to leave.
We're talking about that 85-acre site, Tropicana Field, that the city said, now that the Rays can look around, they're, doing some good planning, and they put out what's called a request for qualifications to master plan that incredible bit of property. And there have been plans in the books by people who wanted to potentially redevelop that site. But given the uncertainty of the situation with the Rays, nobody's really ever been able to come forward. But what they're trying to do is to figure out if the Rays go elsewhere, what happens then. It's contingency planning, and it's really smart, because what you're doing is trying to attract developers who would have ideas to put a mixed-use project. It could attract millennials, especially kind of a city within a city, because it's such a big opportunity. So it's exciting to see sort of the potential future there, and maybe the timing now. If they got a chance to redevelop it, we could see something really interesting there.
Yeah, but at this point, there are a lot of what-ifs.
A lot of what-ifs, and that's kind of the beauty of certainly
the fun
business
of it
news.
too.
I agree, yeah.
That's true. Also, you've got some news about a new burger joint that's coming to the Bay Area. It claims to be different from the others. It's called what, Drama Burger?
Drama Burger, and we had so many burger concepts, and we sort of forgot who's who, but this is a name that I think sticks, and it's on Kennedy in Armenia. It was an old Chinese restaurant, and they've got some kind of cool drawings, and it turns out the owners have been in Tampa for a year. They're from Lithuania, and their specialty is pastrami. So go figure. It's some old Lithuanian recipe, and it's just interesting to see these concepts, and it helps along that stretch of Kennedy Boulevard, which for many, many years, struggled in places.
I can't wait to try that one. In Florida, we grow big alligators in the Tampa Bay area, but it turns out gators grow big companies. Tell us about the Gator 100.
Second year of the Gator 100, and this is a list that the University of Florida puts out of alumni and the fastest growing businesses run by alumni. 8 of the 10 are Florida-based, and 2 are in Tampa Bay. One is Environmental Pet Services, which is an interesting company, and the other is Cabinets.com, which came in at number 4. And I think we're 125%, I believe. A lot of people in Tampa Bay are Gator alums, so it's just interesting to see how the business community, connects, and they are doing well.
Always great stories. Can't wait to read them.
Thank you, Dia.
And always good to see you.
It's good to see you.
You can read more about those stories that he talked about. There's a whole lot more. Check out the money section on our mobile app.